Let me start with the presentation of Mr. Rudas, who is president of the National Association of Family Businesses. If I'm not mistaken, this organization represents the smaller family businesses in Hungary. Mr. Rudas is president of the Rudas Holding with important activities in the immobile sector, and he's also owner of a private healthcare service company. So Mr. Rudas, because this small is beautiful, and we start giving the priority to the representation of the smaller businesses. So how you see, how you have experienced this kind of policy, pro-family, pro-business policy, whether it was really pro-business, what you like or what you disliked in the last years. Thank you.
Nagyon szépen köszönöm a lehetőséget.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. Amidst this beautiful and awesome building. It is not the first opportunity that I am actually here. Last time I was talking about the importance of the Conciliatory Council of Businesses, where I was a keynote speaker. I did not know a lot about the topic, but I looked into it, did my research, and the main essence of my keynote speech is perhaps even more current today than it was back then. I stated back then that today it is better to have a very bad but long-term stability supporting agreement than uncertainty. And this is my message to politicians. Policy guaranteeing long-term stability is better than a victorious war for any party. And I will now turn to the question as well. I am proud of the fact that I can lead an organization which incorporates family enterprises, knowing full well that the family enterprises are the greatest employers in Hungary. A larger part of the GDPs are created by family enterprises. It was 10 years ago that the first organization uniting family enterprises was established. I was the president of that. Now it is held by my friend David, that is the Family Business Network of Hungary, because that is the representation of the larger family businesses, where our strategic objective was that straight-line inheritance should be free of taxation, and I am proud to report that Hungary was the first country in Europe where this opportunity, this law, this regulation was actually put into force. This freed us from a burden which after 40, for the family businesses living their rejubilation after 40 years of communism provided an opportunity which would have been impossible to create in our capital-scarce business environment. And then we decided that it is not only the larger family enterprises and corporations that we must represent, therefore we established the National Federation of Family Enterprises. This is not necessarily the representation of new companies, because it is a fundamental condition that the family enterprise that becomes a member must have 10 years of history. Now, any enterprise that can survive for 10 years in Hungary counts as a serious company. You have dozens of employees, 50 to 100, and even the revenues are rather significant, but it is hard to achieve this, and that is why we established this interest representation organization. There was a 2008 world crisis with a short recovery, followed by COVID, and now the war, as we heard in the question. These companies have proven that the philosophy of family enterprises, that they are long-term investments across generations, can spark long-term decisions which, in the case of other enterprises, cannot occur. In the case of a normal company, there is the labor force, the materials, the know-how, the skills, where according to very stringent rules, the production process takes place, at the end results of which we have a product and the profit. In the case of a family enterprise, the same principles are in place. However, what is within the black box is what represents the highest value, and it is not profit. That is the main driving force. The freedom of enterprise. You can have your family members work, you can employ the family labor force 24 hours a day, and they acknowledge that. They acknowledge it because when the crisis occurs, when the Eastern Hedge Hospital, in the case of one of our family enterprise, there was a ban on healthcare activities due to COVID because there was no opportunity for physical contact. And the outpatient services that we provide was terminated. We sent home all our employees, but we provided a full salary for all our employees for 2 months without them performing any tasks. What was really surprising was that after that, people and colleagues thanked us for our approach in a very active and curious manner, which was really touching. One of our enterprises changed their profile due to the economic crisis. After our largest tenants moved out of the office building, with a quick decision we decided to create a dormitory for workers. With a very serious investment, we implemented this dormitory, but then the COVID came and no workers arrived. Another turn, we decided to turn it into a student dormitory because the students at least are present physically. Millions of refurbishments, obviously a quality improvement, renovation was necessary. And my experience showed that the Roma married couple coming from the countryside where the husband did not even graduate from primary school, and where I told him that if he graduated from primary school, I would pay for the costs of acquiring a driver's license. They brought with them the father-in-law and the grandfather and the grandmother, and they were working on the refurbishment, and at the weekend they were painting the house. I and my wife actually joined them in this activity. I do believe that this is what is decisive, and this is the difference in the philosophy, the operational philosophy of a family enterprise. I don't know how much time I still have left because I could keep telling you stories. Oh, my time is up. Thank you. Well, thank you very much.